Welcome to Business Talk, Sister Gawk. I'm Becca, and today's episode topic is Instagram secrets influencers won't tell you. And with me today I have Mia Holmes.
Again, I'm here.
My sister, and also my resident artist at Diletto Gallery. So we are talking about this as a series. If you missed the first two episodes, you should go back and listen to them. This is part 3. And we're talking about, in this episode, specifically comments and probably a few other things. But okay, so this is what I wanted to talk about with the comments. When you get them, some of them can be super mean. Oh my goodness, especially if you're posting every single day. Someone's going to have an issue with something. First of all, you need to mentally recognize and tell yourself this over and over again. This person's comment is a reflection of their personal emotional state.
And insecurities.
Or insecurities. And it has nothing to do with you. Like this person maybe just having a bad day. And they decided to all of a sudden use the internet as their platform to have a garbage day. And I've had people say like some of the meanest things to me are like, stuff like, you are terrible at art. I hope you never sell anything. I was like, first of all, like, that is mean. Like, and it had nothing to do with anything that I posted.
It wasn't constructive criticism.
Yeah, it wasn't like,
all.
hey, you should fix this or like whatever. It was just like, I hope you never sell anything. I'm like, why would you hope terrible things on somebody else? Like, for no reason.
I just report those comments and block them.
Oh, yeah. Well, you could do that. But here's the thing. I didn't do that. And this is why. Because I actually thoughtfully responded to this one. And I probably have like the whole thing later somewhere. But what was interesting is like this person was like, you said, literally. I've had so many people comment on how I say, because I podcast and I listen to guests and I'm like trying to interact with them. A lot of times not on video, so I'm not using my body language to continue to encourage them as they're talking about something interesting. But then that translates into Instagram as me listening to the person that I'm videotaping and acknowledging what they're saying and saying, keep going. I want to hear what you have to say. And so people started just like ragging on the fact that I said, and it's annoying or like it's too loud in the speaker. Well, first of all, I'm holding the phone. Like, point taken. But how do I control that? I don't know, because I still do it out of habit anyway. So working on through all of those different things through my Instagram and learning that like this one person was basically like, you are so disrespectful by the tone of voice you use in saying something about that, and like how I don't care about what valuable advice this guy is giving me, who is Gary, by the way, and I am a terrible person. And she hopes I never sell any art because I am not valuing what he has to say. And I was like, wow, this person is vicious. But I just responded something like, oh, wow, tones can definitely be deceiving. I'm so sorry that you felt this way. However, you also have to understand the context of our relationship is very different than maybe what you can see, and the context of being a small business owner who has a kid that doesn't sleep at night. A lot of time, I'm very tired. And some of my expressions maybe don't sound as encouraging or as exciting as I would want them to be because I'm just quite frankly exhausted. And I'm sorry that you interpreted that as something that it just wasn't. And it said something along those lines. That is not the exact same thing that I said. It probably was actually a little bit more articulate than that.
And probably not in that tone, but they probably read it in that tone.
Yeah, you know what? Like, I probably said it a lot more chipper. But anyways, so the thing was that I had a whole bunch of people like that comment. Like, wow, you actually responded to this person in a kind way. And they actually followed me because of them liking the comment response of how I handled it. Mm-hmm. And I didn't realize that people actually, like all of us, like you even see people say, here for the comments. Like they want to see people fight on the internet or whatever. Or they go, wow, you didn't fight. And like, I respect that about you. And now I'm going to follow you. And I can see that in the data based on the notification that somebody liked my comment and then the notification that somebody followed me. So like they had to go through that process of being like, oh, I really liked how you mitigated that situation. And I respect the way that you did it. And therefore, I want to surround myself with people like you.
Right.
And that was like mind-blowing to me. I didn't realize that was going to happen, but that was one of the most popular comments on that entire Instagram post that had over 1 million views on it. And people were excited just about the fact that like I'm literally trying to be honest with people. I'm like, I'm not going to take this personally, but like this is where I'm at in my life. And like and if you are upset about that, like I can't do anything about that. I'm sorry. Like, and it's true. I can't like change everybody's day all the time, but I sure hope that whatever I post is positive. And that's the next thing I was going to say about that.
Kill them with kindness.
Well, but like post positive things. The worst thing you can do is to get into this place where you let people's mean comments affect you, and then it emotionally comes out in the way that you write and the way that you create in your art and in your Instagram.
And how you respond to those comments, too.
Yeah. And this is what I have to do a lot of the time. And this is where, like, I'm going to come back to the strategy of being a day trader. Your emotions, if you let them take you over, you will destroy yourself. And you will feel bad about the things that you said to other people. And the internet is a permanent place, even if you delete the comment. Still, somebody could screenshot it. Still, you remember what you said. And if the words left your mouth or your keyboard, you did it.
And especially on a keyboard where it takes longer and more thought processing. Instead of just letting it be a slip of the tongue, you're like actively typing it out.
And so whenever there's like a really like significant thing, I have to check myself and I go through a checklist in my mind. And I really maybe should write it down. And for some people that are impulse driven, you're gonna need to write it down, my friend. Like write it down and go through the checklist. Do I feel emotional about something somebody said to me? Like ask yourself these questions before you hit the submit button, or maybe even before you start writing the comment. Am I in a good place in my life where this would be received the way that I want it to be? Is this person in a good place in their life? Well, it will be received the way that I want it to be. Like you have to start asking yourself those questions and slowing down. And if I have to like say, I'm emotionally affected right now, I literally lock my phone, get out of the app, and I leave. I can't do it. And that's the other thing about batch posting that I will say. But you know what, Mia, you had something you wanted to add.
Yeah, so I actually try to think of it also to that. Remember that the people that are looking at your comments are also emotionally affected by how you respond to people. I was watching I think it was on X or Twitter, whatever, where this guy had made a pretty like decent post, and I was like, huh, and I was looking at it, and some people in the comments were really mean, and he responded with some like awful, heinous things, and as I saw the timeline like go down, he was getting progressively more
enraged
and was also commenting on people who were being relatively nice about it and getting really upset with them too. And then if they said, oh, this guy's comments are like not it, or like he is getting really angry over other people's comments, he'd be like, well, you would be too, and like just rag on them. And I disliked the video that he posted because of the way that he was responding to people. And I actually like completely unfollow. I don't think I was following him, but I didn't report the account, but I think that I just like unsuggested it from my thing. I was like, I don't need that negativity in my life, and I don't really want to read this guy being a jerk to everyone. That's not why I come to the comments. I come for constructive criticism and funny memes. Like,
well, and I think like people are starting to get smarter about the fact that like they realize that things emotionally affect them. And I see that within the data, totally. And that's actually like another interesting thing. So like within the emotional aspect, I try to treat Instagram, and I would recommend other people do this, especially you, Mia, as you're starting this journey of like posting once a day, is like you just do it like you do a podcast. You don't look at the response. You schedule everything in advance and you walk away and you just let it play out. Like you take a bunch of videos, you create them, you schedule them, and then you let them hit on their own without checking the data. Because not checking the likes, not checking the views. Because once you start doing that, and that's your dopamine hit, because that's what it's like geared to do. It's literally set up to give you dopamine hits. Like you are winning at slots, okay? And like to get you to keep creating more stuff. And like you have to like take breaks. And what I ended up doing is I would, unless it was like I hadn't posted and I'm like, oh shoot, like I got to do this. And I would just like set it live and then go to bed. It'd be like 11 o'clock at night because I hadn't done my post for the day. The thing that I would do is I would set like aside a time of like an hour and I would create like maybe 3-4 reels and then I would schedule them day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day whatever, day 5, how many ever I could get through. And like it actually takes a lot of work, like getting all of these Instagram reels done properly with like all of the hashtags, all of the written commentary, all of the interesting facts I want to put in the video, plus the hook, and like making sure that it's scheduled right with the address of where we are in the world on the map of Instagram, all this stuff, right? Mm-hmm. And then if you want to download that and put it on TikTok, that's like a whole nother thing, right?
And I don't think there's scheduling on TikTok.
I don't think there is either, which is like a whole nother mental game. So that's why I'm saying do not check the comments, do not check the likes, like don't even check your notifications really. Like just get in, get out, post your stuff, get out of the platform and take a break. Because and you can check your data like maybe every other day or every 3 days. But if you do your comments, try to block time to just go through the comments and like hit the like when you think something was like, oh, thanks so much, but you're not going to respond. Or like add your comments, like set time aside and block it of like, I am going to respond to comments in this time period.
Yeah.
And I would say that like a lot of this stuff, some of you are like, yeah, I literally have a social media manager for this reason and I don't do these things. And that's totally fine. Have somebody else do it. Take the emotional stress off yourself. Like do it. If you can afford to do it and you have that in your marketing budget, do it. But the thing is that like that dopamine aspect is like you have to fight it, because if you don't, you will start posting content to please people for likes. And that destroys who you are as a person. Because if you're doing it for like praise, you're not authentically you. You're seeking your affirmation outside of your real community of people that tell you your value and like check you when you're being an idiot.
And
like,
it's such a double-edged sword too, because if you are doing things that are not authentically you, what happens the moment you are authentically you? The people around you are going to be shocked. And they're going to be like, oh, I didn't realize this is who you actually are. Like that kind of thing. I have never been an advocate for someone to pretend to be someone else. I have always been like
hashtag AI, like AI generated avatar. Like all of those Instagram profiles. Oh, I was going to talk about that too. So
my AI one?
No, but that was hilarious.
She
She got stuck on being bald for so long and couldn't figure out how to change her avatar to not be bald.
My Wi-Fi, we changed to T-Mobile and I didn't have any service ever, and so I could never change it. So I was stuck with this blue-skinned bald man who like I modeled after my grandfather. For like 6 months.
Because your grandpa has like blue skin.
He's like, no, but like his bald hair is what I mean.
I know.
And then he was also like, I dressed him in like, it was just really funny to me.
It was so funny, and then I helped her change it the other day. Anyways, that was a gawk, but whatever. So the other thing, I almost lost my train of thought there. Okay, so the other thing that I would say is super interesting that has been changing because of the AI and like the fake people that are super polished and never mess up or say in all of their stuff is people are craving authenticity. Mm-hmm. And what I've seen happen is actually I stopped because I was like, I feel like this is going to become something in the future. And then boom, like a couple months later, I'm seeing that in all of like the tutorial content. They're like, don't worry about this because people are looking for authenticity, human connection. And it's like so true because you don't know what's AI and you don't know what's human. Mm-hmm. And it's getting harder and harder to tell what is real humans. And so what I started doing is I started taking off the music. Everything is just raw cut. Just a baby cries in the background. Somebody drops something, a phone dings, like it's fine. And I do that with my podcast sometimes too, where I'm like, I don't even edit like a bunch of stuff out anymore unless it's really bad where like somebody slams a table because it's just like, that's the authenticity of being a real human. And if you take that away and you try to make it polished, you're starting to get into this space where people don't know if they can trust you because there's so much AI content hitting the platforms.
And it's becoming so much more real. Like AI is taking breaths now. like
Yeah.
in between words to make
Like-
it sound more human.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
Like,
bro.
there's just so many things that are happening in the AI space that make real human interaction, like, so different. And that's actually a lot of artists have talked about how they don't want their stuff on the internet because they're worried that with the monetization aspects or whatever, if you click a button, maybe like they're going to say, well, you just lost your intellectual property to your stuff because you didn't read the fine print.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, like, AI is training on the art that you created and you're the original. And there's all these lookalikes in print versions that are, like, being ripped off. You know what I'm saying?
And it's like so easy too. Like I just took like art from my own account to put on my other one. I just screenshotted and cropped and posted it again, and it looks like it just did like when I posted originally. Like it's so easy to steal my stuff.
But at the same time, like, this is what I keep coming back to with, like, if you're going to use Instagram and whatever, first of all, journey, story, talking about your stuff in that way. And, like, people buy from people they trust, right? And they want to support. And so, like, if people are going to buy from me or, like, come to me for business consulting or whatever, they're not going to do it because, like, I am the absolute smartest person in the world. They're really not. Because some of the absolute smartest people in the world suck at being teachers. And also, like, they suck at human interaction.
That is so actually like so true.
And, like, the reason why people work with me a lot of the time is because I can explain it to them in a way that they can understand it. Not because I am the best. And when I don't know something, I'm honest. And I say, you know what? Like, I don't know the answer to that question, but I'll look into it for you. Mm-hmm. And, you know, like, I think that that's an important thing with building trust with people is to be real about you don't know everything. Because if you say you do and you're confident in it.
Then you're such a liar.
Yeah. And, like, you put people in a position where that could become a liability to them.
Right.
Right? And so, like, it's so important to, like, be accurate and honest in what you're doing. And I say that about art, too. Like, you don't, and this is what I love about art, honestly, and this is why, like, I love my Diletto Business Talk Sister Talk Instagram, is that I never claim to be an expert. Yeah, I'm a professional artist, but you know what? The beauty of art is you can just literally claim that you're a professional artist, and nobody can fight you. Do you know that?
Yeah.
Nobody can fight you.
I'm a professional artist.
Exactly.
I do a lot of this stuff for
because
business.
there's a lot of art out there. People are like, what? I don't know. But art is in the eye of the beholder, and you identify with art that moves you because you pick things in art that are a reflection of something you feel emotion behind.
Oh, like this one artist, they commented on one of my posts, and I liked her comment, and then I went and checked out her page, and she has a very simplistic style that kind of reminds me of like those funnies in the newspaper.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but because she does like comics and stuff, and it was so good. I was like, everything she posts was so funny to me and very relatable, and it was a lot about like being a mother and being a coworker. And yeah, it was so good.
Because you are a mother of so many things.
I'm not a mother of children, but I do have
she
a lot
does have a cat.
I do have a cat, and I do have like friends who I mother a lot in our friendship.
Okay.
Like, I'm called Mama Mia.
Yeah, okay. Sorry.
Here we go again.
Okay, so with that though, we're gonna come back to like a couple more things that we didn't talk about with Instagram. So first of all, having a Google business listing, which is something you're gonna be working on, by the way. Bing, Google, Facebook, Yelp. Those are the ranking, like for local business, those are the ranking factors of showing up within Google when somebody searches something.
Okay.
Right? And being across those platforms like kind of gives this like trust factor of legitimacy. So those are like the ones that we're going to set up for Diletto.
Would this be something that we would attach to the link tree at all?
You know, like if people wanted directions, maybe. I would say that like probably not for your like online presence, but it would be potentially for like the Facebook page if you're like, here's our website or like, here's our stuff. Sorry, let me back that up. Facebook has a business account for a business Facebook page, which gives you access to a lot more data on like who's liked your stuff, who's watched your stuff, whatever, like exposure. You should really get a business Facebook account, not just like your personal, because even though they're kind of like pushing into the creator influencer and saying like, here's your data, like more and more
But
so.
all of my mom's friends' comments. that I wouldn't get on a business account.
Just get you. I get you. And this is what you do. You go to your business Facebook after you've set up your professional business Instagram and they've cross-posted. So you turn that feature on, you post on your Instagram and post to your business page, and then you go into your business page and you share it to your personal.
Oh, like a collaboration on that one?
You don't collaborate. You just share it to your personal and say, hey, this is what I've been doing with my business, whatever.
Smart.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, like a repost or a
yeah,
quote.
And the reason I do that, too, with my stuff is because I wanted to, like, solely experiment on building my Instagram and business page without the influence of people I knew. I wanted to be completely organic. Like, I just wanted to try it. And quite honestly, a lot of times, like, people didn't even know that I had a podcast. Like, people that I know really well. Like, they were like, wait, you have a podcast? I'm like, yes, I do. I happen to have an art gallery, too. They had no idea. Like, I don't know for how many years people have been like, I have no idea what you do. Like, for a real job. Like, what do you actually do? I'm like, lots of things. But anyways, there's a couple more things that I would say about, like, the cross-promoting that are important. One of them is Facebook groups. Mm-hmm. If you have a business profile, you can also join a Facebook group as a business instead of as a person and share your content to Facebook groups. And that's really important if you're like a local business and you're trying to get people to like come to your events and stuff like that. You can share. Some groups, like, it violates the rules, so definitely like read the rules before posting. Mm-hmm. Or as a individual person, sometimes you can share a business event to the page, like as an individual. There's different ways to go about it, but like, especially for like in-person stuff, I do a lot of like Facebook group posting with my business. Okay, so I feel like we've talked a lot about different things with Instagram and those aspects. The Google business listing is important for getting your actual address to show up on the Instagram map. Mm-hmm. And so that's how you like connect those. Mia was talking about that a little bit. I'm like, oh, we should really come back to that. But yeah, the other thing that I think is actually beneficial to like a business Facebook account is like the reviews. Mm-hmm. Because the better your reviews are, the more like your content gets promoted as well. Some people will be like, that's not true. But you know what? It is for local businesses, okay? Because people are always going to look at your reviews. It's like literally how people like review, especially food restaurants. Yeah, they're looking at the reviews. The stars matter. So also make sure that when you're talking about collaborations, you're also getting people to add reviews for you, which is why I always ask people, if you liked what you listened to, give us a review, because that seriously is a positive thing within the podcasting world for Apple Podcasts, for Spotify, to get your stuff organically promoted to other people.
Right.
Okay, so we're going to transition to the gawk portion of this episode, and we are going to talk about
my thing.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
So I was in Texas for a couple weeks visiting my mom's cousin and hanging out with them.
I forgot about that.
And so I was on my way home. Actually, I lied. This was on my way home.
While you were on your way home.
Yeah, this was on my way home.
Yeah, I saw it.
I picked out a seat last night that no one was next to me. And so then I posted a picture into the group chat, our family group chat, of the two empty seats next to me. And I sent like a picture of SpongeBob covering up the lady across from me. And
to like block her out of the photo.
I obviously go up into the air and I have no more internet. My mother says
in the air. I love this.
My mother says nice, and then my cousin goes, "Where are you flying to?" I think I'm out of the loop. My other aunt, me too. Where you're going? My sister Ruthie.
Oh my goodness,
goes,
this is my favorite.
Mia joined the military.
And she can't respond.
And I can't respond.
Because she's in airplane mode.
And so then my aunt like sends a bunch of like surprise faces and like hand emojis and star eyes. And then my cousin's mother, my other aunt, goes, "What? I thought it was a joke because I am actively in air and cannot respond."
Everyone's like waiting
so
for
everyone
Mia to,
for like
refute this claim.
3-4 hours thinks that I am in the military. I said, "No, I'm not. Ruthie, be quiet." I told them what was happening. And like, but goodness. Still, like, Ruthie and her husband still bring it up. Like, today, actually, we talked about it because I was doing something and I was like, "Yeah, I will travel." Oh, no, I said I wanted to go to Germany. And she was like, "Well, why do you want to go to Germany?" And he was like, "Mia, you've already been to Germany when you served in the military." And
it's like, okay,
oh
but
my
like for the
goodness.
record, 2 of our siblings have been in the
Yeah.
military. And so like it's not like that surprising, but like it is kind of surprising.
It's surprising
for, you.
for me.
Yeah.
Like, no, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. But it's so funny because like everybody just believed it. Like just
Immediately.
like immediately like, oh wow, that's amazing.
And like, I don't understand the thought process of me currently being on an airplane. Oh, I thought it was a joke because no one's responding. Of course I'm not responding. I'm in an airplane. You silly goof.
Okay, but like, yeah. Anyways, thank you for listening to this episode. If you have enjoyed it, you should give us a review on wherever you are listening, and I will see you next time.